Now on their social media channels, there is a new thing that is out, and it is essentially, well, not essentially, it's Optimus Prime, and he's calling all Autobots. This is News on a Tuesday, and today we are back with a new rendition, a new segment, not a new segment, it's not a new segment, but we've got a lot of things that we need to discuss. There have been a lot of happenings in the last week that really are newsworthy, noteworthy, paying attention worthy, so that's what we're going to do today. First up, I've been following this the last couple days. In the United States, there was somebody in the United States, a pair, a couple, if you will. This took place in LA, in Los Angeles, if you're not familiar with what LA is. There was a raid that happened, right, involving retail theft of Lego sets, just a bunch of different Lego sets, all kinds of different things. And I've thumbed through these pictures for quite a bit over the last couple of days, and I'm looking and I'm like, there's some really wicked stuff that's in here. Like, how did you manage to steal that? Where are you stealing that from? Because you're not walking out of a Lego store with that in your hand. Okay, maybe at Walmart or a big box store of some kind, sure. But my dear God, roughly around 2,800 sets? And there's dollar values the whole way from like $19.99 to well over $1,000. The value of this is roughly around $100,000. Now look, we have a barn building, a metal barn. We have a gym that's in there. We have, spots for all my equipment and everything. And then I have a lofted area that has all of the Lego sets that I've ever bought, built, acquired over a lifetime. And that thing is like packed. I cannot even fathom the amount of Lego that these people stole. Like that is just wild. How are you getting away with this is my question, because while I don't want to be friends with a criminal, I definitely want to understand how you managed to walk away with all of this stuff. I mean, we're seeing big Technic sets in here. The Millennium Falcon? The Millennium Falcon. Y'all know what that box looks like. The big one. The UCS Millennium Falcon. The giant behemoth beast. How are you walking out with that? And some of this stuff is in, a Lego store bag. So it's like, how did they walk out of that store? And I understand it's not like they have security guards or anything, not in any Lego store I've ever been in. But at the end of the day, how are you still able to walk out of there with something like that? Those stores aren't that big. Even the one in New York City, while it is it's a pretty large size, it is not anywhere near what, you would expect somebody to be able to freely kind of walk out. I mean, anytime I've ever gone into a Lego store of any kind, there have been at least 3 employees there. You mean to tell me that out of those 3 employees, somebody didn't watch you take off a big Millennium Falcon UCS box that is humongous and just transport it out? Because I've never seen a UCS Millennium Falcon at a Walmart or a Target or a Best Buy or anything like that. So at least in the United States, I'm just kind of fascinated how they even managed to do this. But my God, 2,800 sets. That is wild, man. And I'm sure they were looking at, potentially selling them, at some point in time. Some of the pictures of the house that they raided, they have, racks and stuff like that, and things are organized into, different things. So I'm assuming they were going to try and make a business of it. First steal it and then sell it. That's such a great business model. One ends up with you going to jail and then potentially facing prison time, fines, and of whatever other career you may have, which if you're a career criminal, I guess it really doesn't matter. But that was definitely floating around the news sphere for the last couple days, and I could not understand it. Does not make any sense to me. So we have a few things that have been announced over the last couple days. One of which is a new video game that is going to be coming out in somewhere near the end of 2024. The holiday season, that could be what I imagine is probably going to be like October 1st or something like that. Lego is announcing that they are going to release a new video game, Horizon Adventures. It'll be available on PlayStation, on PC, on Nintendo Switch. It's always weird to me that they don't do the Xbox. I guess that's a whole different thing. I don't know who develops these or whatnot, but I'm kind of fascinated by this. I think that's going to be it's going to be an interesting game. I mean, you're going to have, all your brick built stuff and equipment and machines and your peeps and all that kind of stuff. And, if you've ever played a Lego video game of any kind, you're going to kind of be like, oh, I have an idea of what's going on here. You've got like a co-op mode and stuff like that. I like the idea of it. Doesn't really seem to be a game that's up my alley. Horizon was never a thing, but there's definitely some potential there for some cool things that could come from it. I know there's been a lot of folks that have been, pounding the table saying we need more sets from this kind of this genre. Let's go ahead and do it. Maybe it opens the doors a little bit, maybe, but probably not. But that is coming. So keep your pennies available for the season coming forth, this shopping season. Speaking of shopping, something else that is going to be coming, and this is 100% down my alley, because when I'm not building Lego, or I'm not playing video games, or I'm not gardening, or doing one of the other 1,000 things that I'm doing, I like to sit down in front of a jigsaw puzzle. 1,000 piece usually, sometimes 2,000, it depends. There's not a lot of whole good 2,000 piece puzzles out there. Some are. A lot of the art, the picture, whatever, is kind of meh, but I'm that person that puts a 1,000 piece puzzle together in about, 12 hours, depending. That's what I just did my last one last week. Just sat down and I just go. And I'm just so focused, and it keeps my brain constantly engaged. Lego is releasing a new puzzle in October. It is going to be the Lego Mona Lisa Masterpiece Puzzle. How cool is that? Chronicle Books, again, is the one that is doing this, which Chronicle has done so many different things. It's going to be a 1,000-piece puzzle, and I'm actually really fascinated in the way that this is going to look, just due to the fact of what you have your 4 different pictures. So I'm really curious to see how everything kind of goes together. I've done all the other Lego minifig puzzles and all that kind of different stuff. The little pieces puzzle. I'm really jazzed for this. This could be a lot of fun. I will enjoy it. Most people may not, but I definitely will. It's definitely up my alley. So the next thing up here that is really quite fascinating to me, there is a new movie using Lego bricks coming to the theater in October 11th to be specific. And it's involving Pharrell Williams, or is it Pharrell? It's Pharrell. Pharrell is a musician, an artist, if you will. And this movie is going to be called Piece by Piece. And I'm really fascinated by this because it is essentially a movie documentary of his entire life. In the trailer that the Lego group has released, or whoever, Piece by Piece, the official trailer, Focus Entertainment, the whole shebang, everybody's a part of this, right? He had mentioned that he wanted a movie or whatever, and they were going to do this, and he wanted it to tell a story in Lego, which I thought it was fascinating. Why not? Tell your story in Lego bricks. I'm okay with that. Most of the Lego movies that have come out, I've been a fan of. Lego Batman, probably the exception. Maybe just the DC thing. I don't know. I'm just never been real big in behind Batman, but I digress. However, this is really a fascinating idea. And in the little trailer, they talk about, he says, he was a different kid when he was younger and stuff like that. And music really kind of set his course, his journey and stuff like that. And people, the kind of the underdog story, nobody really gave him a chance, and everybody kind of looked at him as if he was this oddball, this weird kid and everything. And where I understand where some people kind of, have that in their mind, this kid's kind of weird, or this person's kind of weird. There's a lot of things behind them that are in them that you could really use for incredible things. I mean, he's turned out to be an incredible musician. If I'm not mistaken, he's been on a few of those like music contestant shows where he's judging and stuff like that. I don't even know what they are. The Voice or whatever, America's Got Talent, something. I vaguely recall seeing him in something like that. But this could be a really inspiring movie to a lot of people. and I'm behind it. I will go see it just out of sheer curiosity, not so much that I'm, a fan of his music or whatever, but you can't tell me that you cannot listen to his song Happy and not start moving, because I'm going to call you a liar. I know you can't sit there and just listen to that song without kind of either tapping your fingers or your thumbs or your toe or shaking your leg or kind of nodding your head, feeling the beat. You can't. And you can't be in a bad mood listening to it, because it's going to pull you out of it instantly. And that's a smash hit. It's been forever. But yeah, so that is coming October 11th. Then we had some other news that broke the other day. And I missed this breaking news because if you can't tell, kind of getting over some allergy garbage or whatever is going on in the lovely state of Texas. Thank you very much. But Lego Icons is releasing a new set coming July 1st. If you're Insiders member. If you're not, it's July 4th for everybody else. And it is the Lego Icons Lamborghini Countach. We had a Speed Champion set of this already before. So awesome. We need an Icons model. So what it entails, 1,506 pieces. And it's going to retail for $180, 180 euros, and 160 British pounds. 10337 is the set number. I love the look of this car. The all white, pretty much all white. When I saw this, and I'm not 100% sure what the car was, but in the original movie Dumb and Dumber, I think it was in 94. Was it 94? I swear this is the car that they had, but it was not in white. It was in, I want to say it was in like orange or something. I swear on my life that was it. I don't swear on my life. I'm not going to do that. But I'm fairly certain that this is the car that was in that movie. Now, this thing looks really, really wicked. You can see the engine that's in the rear by lifting the rear deck. The doors that come up on the sides, they're not T-tops. I don't forget what kind of doors they are. But they open from the front and they lift upward instead of outward. I love that idea. The bright, darker red interior, it's so pretty. The big fat tires that you have on this puppy. Everything about this screams speed. Everything about it just looks incredible. And I'm here for it. I'm not the biggest car guy, but this is a car that, yeah, I definitely need to have. Just due to the sheer fact that it is going to be one of a kind. You don't have anything else like this in your Lego collection right now. As far as sports cars go, this is going to be a lot of fun. This should be a really fun build. Heck, man, I would even love to be able to get an interview with the design team on this. Just due to the sheer fact that you're getting something that is very different, but God, it just screams speed. It's a V10, V12? I believe they were V12. Well, they're still around. My God, yes, please give that to me. I would love to own one in real life, but probably would need a good $500,000 at this point in time with the way things have appreciated. So that is coming first couple days in July. So make sure you go ahead and get it if you are looking for it. So the last little bit of news tidbit that I wanted to run over today. If you have paid attention to the social media channels of the Lego Group, there is a weird kind of thing going on right now. So what was it? About a year and a half ago, Lego released the Optimus Prime. They collaborated with Hasbro and they made Optimus Prime. Beautiful Optimus Prime. Now on their social media channels, there is a new thing that is out. And it is essentially, well, not essentially, it's Optimus Prime. And he's calling all Autobots. Calling all Autobots, right? If you've seen the movies, if you know the show, the cartoon, the newer version of it, older version of it from the 80s, doesn't matter. Calling all Autobots. And then it pops up who will answer the call at the end of this quick video. It's like 5 or 6 seconds. I mean, it's a teaser. You know we've got to be getting something. Originally, when Optimus Prime came out, I was like, oh man, we need like a Megatron or something like that. Something. Give me something to go along with this. And there's no new Transformers movie coming out. So I'm not really sure. Well, at that time there wasn't either. So I guess, it's just a thing. So let's do some speculation here. It's going to be an Autobot, obviously, but who could it be? I mean, you just go down the list. I'd love to see Ratchet. Not going to see Ratchet, but I'd love to see Ratchet. I mean, they're probably going to go fan favorite, which would not shock me in the least. I mean, do we think like Bumblebee, or do we think Ironhide? God, I would love an Ironhide, especially from the original second film of the live action series movie. I would be okay with an Ironhide. Oh yes, I would. That was a nice looking idea. That big old kind of pickup truck. Oh yes, give me some of that. Oh, that would be sweet. So I don't know, but I'm sure we'll find out. You know, it's only the second week of June. I'm sure something will be, before you know it, something will be coming out, some kind of announcement. So you'll have to stay tuned and find out. So that'll wrap up this segment of News on a Tues. And we're going to try and get back to these as best as we can, especially now that it is summer. But this is the time where things are popping out and happening and need to be in the know. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys next time.